The fight over a new housing development in North Fresno continues. On Monday, the Fresno Superior Court ruled against the city for a controversial 4-story apartment complex at Herndon and Prospect Avenues. A year ago, the city council denied the project on a technicality after more than 100 people objected to it, and that's when the developer sued the city. So on this Wired Wednesday, GV Wire reporter Edward Smith is joining us live from the GV Wire studios in Fresno to break down where this project stands now. Edward, good morning, and as always, thank you for taking your time to speak with us this morning.
Hey, good morning, Carl.
So what does this latest ruling mean for the apartment complex?
Yeah, so it really clears the way for the apartment complex. You know, this project dates back to almost, I think it was 2019, and then, you know, plans, but also objections from neighbors really stalled this. So Judge Robert Whalen really cleared the way. He gave City Council 60 days, which is kind of a rush, you know, in development world, 60 days to come up with a plan to approve it. He said, if you don't approve this, you're going to be, quote, running afoul of the law. So it really cleared the way for the apartment complex.
Now, you just mentioned those objections from neighbors and even council members. What were those objections for this complex?
Yeah, public hearings for the apartment complex really drew out a lot of people. I mean, it was lined up for people who wanted to object to it. Most said, you know, this'll clog up traffic there on Herndon and Prospect. Others said that, you know, it's going to decrease parking over at the nearby park and elementary school. And then there were some others who were less kind to people who live in apartments. You know, there were some who said, oh, well, a 4-story apartment complex can look down on children. And others said that, you know, we don't want low-income people in our area, even though these were luxury apartments, but still. Yeah, there were some not so kind comments from some people.
And on top of that, with that being said, what did the developer say after hearing those comments and the council denying the project?
Yeah, so developer James Huelskamp really honed in on some of those comments and really used that as a basis for his lawsuit. Now, Judge Robert Whalen didn't agree so much. He said he didn't think that the hearing was held in bad faith. You know, Huelskamp said a lot of it was NIMBYism, you know, not in my backyard. Judge Robert Whalen didn't agree with that so much. But yeah, that's kind of what Huelskamp's argument was there.
So with this decision from the Superior Court on Monday ruling against the city, right now, does the city have any recourse?
Yeah, one thing that the judge left open was the environmental review process. So city council members are going to have to decide in the next 60 days whether or not the project needs to go through environmental review. And as you know, as many people know, environmental review can be a very daunting, very long, and very expensive process. Now, there are some avenues that Huelskamp could explore. Recently passed Law AB 130 kind of opens the door for infill projects, but that remains to be seen, and we'll be finding out here probably in the next couple months.
Sounds like we'll be hearing something pretty soon. Edward Smith of GV Wire, as always, thank you so much for joining us on this Wired Wednesday.
Thank you.
Great day. We'll be right back.